welcome everyone to the live training with a good friend of ours, myself and Tony, who has joined us here in Business Labs for this special event. So, Tony, I know you're excited as well. We want to get right into content, but let me bring out my good partner, Tony Rush here, because Tony, you know this guy even longer than me. What's going on, Tony?
Oh man, I'm excited. I've been excited about this all week long. So, Penberthy, did you see the email that I sent out about this today? I don't know if you saw it or not, because if you didn't, you might be surprised at how I described this.
Oh, dude, I did not see that. What did you say?
Oh my gosh, you may hate me after this, but anyway, so this is how I framed it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell the story for anybody who didn't get that email. All right, so we'll roll back the clock to, I think it was Orlando or Miami. I don't know. We were speaking at a marketing convention, a conference. My wife and I came down to the conference a little bit late, walked backstage, and you know how it is backstage, you can't hear real well. And there's somebody on stage speaking. And I looked at my wife and I said, "Is that Harry Potter?" I was like, that sounds just like Harry Potter. And she's like, "What would Harry Potter be doing at an internet marketing conference?" So anyway, I go back out and around through the lobby and come back in the back door. And this is the first time that I see our guest today, John Penberthy, on stage. And I wouldn't have called you Harry Potter, except you made a joke about it on stage, about, you know, hey, I'm young and I'm from England and everybody thinks I sound like Harry Potter. So anyway, this is how I met John for the first time. And John was explaining, we have two Johns on the line, so I'm going to call John from England, John Penberthy. I'll call him Penberthy for this webinar to avoid confusion. But the first time that I met Penberthy, he was speaking on stage about the topic that we're going to talk about here today. And I was riveted. It was the most hypnotic thing ever. To stand in the back of the room and listen to this guy just lay out this strategy for list building that almost nobody's talking about. It's not hard. It's really simple. And it's one of those things that's kind of hiding right under your nose. And you might have even heard some people train on it. But Penberthy's got a little extra Hogwarts magic that he's putting on it that's a little different from anything I'd ever seen. And so, anyway, as time went on, Penberthy and I became good friends. We stayed in touch. My wife and I have a love affair with England, and we go to London as often as we can. In London, we make to get together with John Penberthy and spend some time. The last time I was there, it's been too long now, but the last time we were there, we had this amazingly incredible meal at this Indian restaurant. John Lavinia, you would have loved it. Fantastic. So, but anyway, it is really exciting. I've been excited about this presentation all week long, so I'm really delighted that we've got so many people that have set us out. We're doing this at a little bit of an odd time because Penberthy is in England right now, where it's much later, and so we're doing this at a bit of an odd time. We may have a replay for this or not. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, that's enough for me. I'm excited about this. Penberthy, thank you for carving out some time. I had to kind of twist his arm a little bit to get him to do a free training class at this time of day, but very, very happy he was willing to do that. So anyway, that's it for me. Let me introduce you guys to John Penberthy, and come on out, man. Let's get into it.
Cool. Sounds good, man. I appreciate the introduction there from both of you guys, and it's just as much an honor for me to be out here. I appreciate you making the right time so that I can come on here. It's still about 10 p.m., but that's a nice time for me. Sometimes I do webinars to try and accommodate you Americans, and I can't do it. My brain just starts switching off, and so I want to make sure that I've got the right energy to deliver the training. So this is really helpful for me, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate the training a lot more when you see that I'm actually in a good frame of mind. So cool, man. I appreciate you having me out. Shall I just go straight into this?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
Good stuff, man. Well, let me just firstly again just say thanks for having me out, so that you guys know, like as Tony just said, I've known both of these guys for a while. We've been in business together. We've done events together. We've spoken on stages together. So these are two good friends of mine. This is not just a webinar that's just being paired sake of doing a webinar, but these are good friends of mine, and I love the business that they're building, and that I'm sure everyone on this line is a part of. And so, it's my pleasure to support that and give you guys some really cool training that I think is really going to help you. And interestingly enough, I don't even know if you guys know this, but the company that we were a part of together at one point, and which was that same event that you just described, where I was talking like Harry Potter. Now, I sometimes try, and my brain tries to talk to people how I'm spoken to. So my brain tries to create this little American twang, which just goes wrong anyway. But at that very event, that was the same company we were involved in together. I don't even think you guys will know, Tony and John, but I literally, the results that I had inside of that company, and I think it was about 500,000 or 600,000 in that particular network marketing company we were involved in together. That was all just using the strategy that I'm going to teach today, 100%. So I think that'll probably get you guys excited just as much as the attendees, because there was nothing else I did, literally nothing else I did to build that company, and that income was just this strategy, and that's what I'm going to teach today. So without further ado, I'm going to move. For me, I've got this control panel in the way of my screen, so I'm going to move that a little bit. And if you guys have any problems hearing me or anything like that, then please let me know in the questions box, and I can pick that up. And one thing that's important for you guys to know before we delve into this, I speak crazy fast. It's just going to happen. And so you're going to have your pen and paper next to you to take down notes, because we are going to zoom through this very quickly. But the good thing about that is it means I can cover more. So if you guys are ready to take notes, rapid notes, then we can get through far more. And I promise you, this is probably going to be one of the most beneficial webinars you've ever been on. So go ahead and do me a favor. Just go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box if you agree to two things. One, that you can hear me clearly and you can see my screen here with the headline and 3 of our ugly mug shots, right? And also if you're excited about me going fast so you can get more information out of this call, just go ahead and give me a yes. I thrive off of interaction. I literally thrive off it. So unless I can hear from you guys, then my energy is going to go down. So this is good. Tons and tons and tons of you saying yes in the questions box. That's fantastic. Good stuff. So here's what we're going to cover on today's webinar. Okay, we're going to go into my weird YouTube strategy that built my list of 91,583 leads, resulting in over $816,000 in revenue. And I'm going to show you how you can literally copy exactly what I've done for yourself and for your businesses, okay? And I say businesses because I assume that most of you, maybe not all of you, but most of you on this line already have something that you are promoting, correct? Go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box if you already have some kind of business, or you're in business with John and Tony, or you're using their platform and their system, or just say yes if you know what you're promoting on the internet. You just need traffic. You need traffic, leads, and sales. Go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box. Okay, it just helps me get a gauge for where you guys are at, because then I can help you better. So that's tons of yeses, and just go ahead and give me a no in the questions box if by chance you've just found this webinar and you still feel like you're fumbling around the internet a little bit. You're still trying to find your way and you're trying to find the right thing to promote. Just go ahead and give me a no. Okay, do you know what? That's incredibly exciting. I've not seen one single no. Okay, a couple of no's, but majority yeses. That's great. This training is going to benefit you far more because we've skipped a step. So that's great. Now, before we delve into this, I am going to be talking about some big numbers. I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm not going to be showing you numbers to brag or boast, but just to use case studies, show you that this stuff actually works, the stuff that I'm teaching you. So obviously, goes without saying, results are not typical, right? Your results will absolutely vary from mine. Okay, you might make a lot more, you might make nothing at all from what I teach you. Okay, I'm going to teach you everything that I've done to be successful online, but I can't obviously guarantee you results. That's just not possible. Okay, I need a commitment from you guys. I need you to commit to me that you will only use the techniques that I'm going to teach you for ethical means. Okay, and it sounds a bit like a gag and it sounds like a joke, and it kind of is, but at the same time, I'm being deadly serious. There's too much, if I'm totally honest, and I think Tony and John would agree with me, there's too much that happens in our industry right now that is just spammy, scammy, just unethical marketing, and it's kind of killing our industry, right? You've all said, yes, you have a business that you're promoting, and so we're kind of all in this together to keep our industry fresh, keep it clean, and keep everything that we are using, all our marketing ethical, okay? Because there's a way to use these strategies for unethical marketing. So go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box again if that sounds good to you and you can promise me that you will just use this for ethical marketing. Go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box. Okay, perfect. Tons and tons of yeses coming in. You guys are going to get used to putting yes in that questions box, aren't you? Lauren says yes, of course. Mark says yes, absolutely. Tons and tons of yeses. Good stuff. So let me take you back. When I was first starting my business on the internet, right, I struggled with many, many different things, and I kind of came to this very conclusion that you're seeing on the screen. This was the kind of breaking point that I got to where I was like, okay, I figured out what I need to do to be successful on the internet. I've tried a bunch of things that have failed, but I've kind of figured out the golden keys, right? Which is that if I just become a master of traffic generation, then I can be successful online, and I can do it in a very big way as well. Yeah, because if I become a master of traffic, and if you guys become a master of traffic, everything else will fall into place. Now, some people might argue, well, you need traffic and conversion. Yeah, and I agree with that. But more and more in our industry, there are things that we can promote, right? That all the marketing has been done. You know, like I said, you guys are probably a part of John and Tony's system, right? And their training platform and their business, business in a box, right? So you already have something to promote. These guys take care of all the conversion stuff. So if we can just master the art of traffic generation, and not just any traffic, but targeted traffic that want what we have to offer, then we win. Does that make sense? Go ahead and give me a 1 in the question box. I'm going to see if you're paying attention. Go ahead and give me a 1 in the question box, if that makes sense to you. Yeah? Okay, perfect. Tons of 1s coming in. Good stuff. So that's what I'm going to be showing you on this very training. Okay, I'm going to show you to be a master of traffic generation, and in a very, very big, effective way. We're not going to fumble around with much other. We're just going to stay very focused. I'm going to show you how to generate traffic and leads for your business. And so there's a few house rules as we go through this. The first is, this is a zero hype zone. Okay, we're going to talk about big numbers, and I'm going to show you case studies, but I just don't like hype. You know, it's so much of that kind of stuff in our industry. It's a bit of a grey area. So this will be a zero hype zone. I'm just going to tell you as it is, and I'm going to show you as it is, if that sounds good to you guys. So that's just the way we're going to play it. You know, if that doesn't suit you, then no problem at all. Maybe this isn't the right training for you. But we're just going to get down to the nitty gritty, and we're just going to bypass all of that hype BS. Okay. This is also not a get rich quick. Absolutely not. If you're looking for a push button business is going to make you $1 million by the time you wake up tomorrow, I'm really sorry, I can't fulfill that, right? But I can show you how to be very successful with a very successful traffic source, and that's what I'm going to show you, okay? Finally, I never teach theory. I do a lot of these trainings, I do a lot of these webinars on various different topics. I never, ever teach theory. I will always teach things that I actually do in my business that work and get me results, okay? And my promise to you is if you stay until the end of this webinar, you will know more about driving huge amounts of targeted traffic from YouTube and from the search engines to whatever business it is that you have. And you'll know more than pretty much anyone else in the industry who is trying, because there's simply stuff that I know that other people don't, okay? And I want to teach it to you, I want to pass it on, okay? So again, this is not about me. We're not going to spend much time on this, but I do think it's important that you know who's training you, because the majority of you will have no idea who this Harry Potter looking and sounding like guy actually is. And funnily enough, Tony, this is a picture from that event that we were at together. And this is me speaking on stage to about 4,000 people in Miami, teaching them these same strategies. And this was that same event. This is hilarious. This is the same event that that we actually met. This was, I think,
that was it. The first time I saw Harry Potter. That was it.
That's awesome. And this picture wasn't even planned. This was already just in my presentation before I even thought of that. So that's awesome. But just want to show you guys that this is not the first time I'm kind of teaching this kind of stuff. Okay, I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years, actually teaching this stuff as well as doing it. We teach at big events, smaller masterminds. Most of you will have heard of this guy, Russell Brunson. Go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box real quick if you know who Russell Brunson is, if you've heard of this guy. Okay, big guy in our industry. Okay, tons of yeses, right? Well, he cottoned on to what I was doing with YouTube and with traffic generation. And long story short, I got a phone call from this dude one day. Never met him before. Got a phone call from him basically saying, listen, I've heard what you do with YouTube. I've heard you're the best. I've seen your stuff. I've looked you up. Can you come down and train my $12,000 cooking clients how to do what you're doing and teach my team as well? So I did that very thing. He flew me down, paid me to come, and I did a 2-hour training session for him, his coaching clients, and his staff. And you're going to hear from him later on because they've actually absolutely been rocking this method since then. So I'm not just teaching this to kind of newbies, but also to the advanced people within our industry. And again, without sounding arrogant, I really don't mean to, but I want you to know that you're listening to someone who is kind of trusted. I'm kind of the guy behind the scenes that every guru that you speak to and that you have seen their stuff on the internet, I'm pretty much the guy that they go to, right, behind the scenes. I'm kind of labeled, if you like, the YouTube marketing expert within our industry. Okay, I've spoken at events up to 4,000 people. I've built an email list of over 91,000 people just from this free traffic method. And again, just with this method that I'm going to teach you in this very presentation, I've made over $816,000 with this method. Okay, I've made much more than that across all my different businesses, but I want to be completely transparent. You know, the very training that I'm going to show you here has generated me almost $1 million, which is pretty darn exciting. And it's exciting for me to see that every single time I look at this slide, right? And I've done a lot of things right. I've also done a lot of things wrong, and both of these are going to benefit you. Okay, so if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to alternate between the two. I'm going to show you things that I've done right. I'm also going to show you things I've done wrong so that you can learn from my mistakes. Okay, does that sound good? So anyway, here's the big discovery. Go ahead and get your pen and paper out. We are diving into this thing. Okay, here's the big discovery when I was looking to become this master of traffic, right? Regardless of what you're promoting, regardless of what your business is, it's blinking hard to get traffic. Okay, it is. It's really, really hard to get started. And everyone preaches that you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to try this, you've got to try that. And it's very, very confusing and it's very hard to get started, not to mention expensive. Okay, the days of cheap traffic from Google AdWords, if any of you would even remember that. This was way before I was even kind of marketing, when the Google AdWords boom kind of came and you could get tons of cheap traffic from Google. That's kind of past us. And Facebook ads is very quickly moving that way. Now, don't get me wrong, I still use Facebook ads in my business and it still works very well, but guess what? It's expensive and you've got to put a bunch of money up front without any guarantee that that traffic's going to convert. And it's getting harder and harder for marketers like us, especially within the network marketing arena, to make Facebook ads work, okay? And like I said, not to mention they're getting more and more strict, cracking down on marketers like us, okay? So it's getting difficult for us to do it. And here's the hard way of traffic generation, right? The hard way is that you've got to decide what traffic source to use first, whether it's Facebook ads, AdWords, banner ads, okay? You've got to then learn the ads network. Okay, you've got to learn all the retargeting and putting all your pixels on your websites, making sure all that stuff's set up. Then you've got to spend thousands of dollars testing, okay, just putting some money into Facebook saying, okay, fingers crossed, I hope this works. Then you've got to tweak your site, make sure make the necessary tweaks to your site based on the tests that you just ran, spending a bunch of money on it. Then you've got to spend a few thousand more just to get enough data to see how your tweaks, worked. Then you've got to tweak your site again, and you keep spending and tweaking until your site is in profit. Okay, now to me, that sounds expensive and it sounds tedious. Okay, and I know that firsthand because I've tried it. Okay, and then you've got to hope your ad account doesn't get shut down. And I'm sure some of you have experienced that as well. It's not a fun thing. Well, here's the easy way that I figured out that I'm going to teach you here on this training. I mean, we haven't even touched the surface of what we're going to cover here today. The easy way is you just upload simple little iPhone videos onto YouTube about a topic that people are already searching for, okay? People find your video when searching on Google and YouTube, and then they click the link in your video description and come over to your website, okay? That's it. This is the easy way to get traffic, and it really is easy once you know, and I'm going to show you, okay? And here's the three main things and three main areas that we're going to break this down into, okay? Secret number one is I'm going to show you how to use YouTube the right way, the correct way, to get floods of targeted traffic for as little as a penny per lead, okay? Sometimes completely free, instead of the $1 to $5 it's costing you with Facebook ads and solo ads and all this other craziness, okay? It sounds nuts, and I'm going to show you how this is completely accurate, okay? Secret number two, my simple 4-step formula for creating cash-producing YouTube videos, even if you've never shot a video before in your life. Okay, that's the next thing I'm going to teach you. Okay? Then secret number three is I'm going to show you how to get your, now I call them money videos, right, to the first page of Google and YouTube with this $10 ranking hack. I'm going to show you all of this in today's presentation. So if that excites you, I just want to know that it actually is going to be of value to you guys. So go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box if this sounds good, if you're excited, and you're ready for me to jump in. I want to make sure this is actually going to be helpful to you guys. Okay, cool. Okay, tons and tons of yeses coming in. Laurie says, yes, can't wait. Okay, awesome. Oh, we're not going to wait. Let's delve straight into this. Secret number one, You're going to want to write this down on the pad of paper that you have in front of you. Write down secret number 1. How to use YouTube the right way to get floods of targeted traffic for as little as a penny a lead, sometimes completely free. And I'm going to show you how that's very, very possible. Now, in order to do this, I need to take you back, okay? I'm going to take you back to when this all started for me. And as I do that, you're then going to come on that journey with me and realize how this actually became a reality. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting for you guys. So I came to realize that the big secret, as I explained already, to making this business work was driving traffic. Okay, it's not much of a secret, but to me at the time it felt like it because everyone was throwing so many lies and BS down my throat, right? So what did I do? I went to Google and YouTube to find the answer to my traffic problem. I realized that I needed traffic. I had a problem. I needed to build my business, but I didn't know how to drive traffic, but I knew that's what I needed to do. So where did I go? I went to the search engines. Don't miss this. I went to the search engines to find the answer to my problem. And I was typing in things like how to drive website traffic and how to bring people to my site and how to make sales and how to build my online business and how to make money online. And I was typing in all these kind of search results or search queries that I'm sure you guys have as well, right? And I bought training on literally everything as a result of searching for this problem, right? I bought training on Facebook ads, Twitter, Pinterest, Google AdWords, website SEO, solo ads. I even tried buying leads. Now, I really don't recommend this. I tried it because I was desperate. But buying leads is just never going to work out well for you, right? Buying lists and all that kind of stuff. But I was just desperate. I wanted to try everything I possibly could to make this traffic and make this business work. But guess what? Nothing worked for me. I did literally everything that I was told to do. I followed trainings step by step, and nothing was working for me. Okay? And then the answer literally hit me square in the face, a bit like this guy getting absolutely lamped in the face by this baseball. The answer literally hit me in the face. And I think every single one of you on this line is going to have one of the biggest light bulb moments you've had in your business. Check this out. Let's reverse engineer what I was doing. What was I personally doing? Let's take a look. I was in need of something, right? So I went to Google and YouTube to try and find the answer. And here's the kicker. I was telling Google exactly what I wanted, and I was willing to pay for the solution. Yeah? So I was doing this very thing. I was going to Google with a problem, and I was willing to pay for the solution. This was the biggest eye-opener for me in my business, because if I was doing this, then it means that millions of other people are also telling Google and YouTube their problems with credit card in hand for the solution. Okay? So every day, people are typing in things like, how can I lose weight? Teach my dog to stop biting, how to build an online business, consultant for my business, best television to buy, how to get rid of tinnitus or tinnitus, however you say that word, right? Cure my diabetes. People are going and typing in their problems into Google and YouTube, right? And I quickly realized that this is where the traffic is. Google is where people come to have their problems solved. Yeah, think about it, right? Facebook. People don't go to Facebook to have their problems solved. When they actually want something, and I'm going to assume that most of you are into network marketing, right? So when someone is interested in building a business, when someone is looking for a new business idea or looking to generate leads and traffic, what are they doing? They're not sitting on Facebook watching, looking at what their best friend had for dinner the night before, right? It's just not happening. They're going to the search engines in the very moment that they want something. So that is where the traffic is, right? Facebook, yes, there's traffic there, but it's not targeted. It's not specific to what they want in the very moment. When someone wants something, they go to the search engines, right? Is this making sense so far? Go ahead and give me a 1. Give me a 1 in the questions box if a light bulb just went off in your head. Just go ahead and give me a 1. I want to see if this is actually helping you guys, because this is exciting. Tons of 1s. So tons of light bulbs going off, yeah? In fact, I'm seeing more 1s right now than I have seen any of you commenting thus far. So glad this is making sense, okay? So like I just said, right, most other traffic methods are guesswork. You're kind of guessing what people are interested in that very moment. Whereas with Google and search traffic, people are literally telling you exactly what they want, exactly when they want it. Okay, so then I became obsessed with figuring out how to position myself in front of this tsunami of laser-targeted traffic. I'd found the answer. First, I found that the answer was getting traffic. Now I found where that traffic was that I actually needed to be going after. Okay, I found it. So then I became obsessed with making it work. And I started to notice that YouTube videos were showing up on the first page of Google for particular search terms. And they were getting a lot of traffic, these little videos. And so then I started to look into YouTube and actually looking into the stats of YouTube. And I think this is going to blow you away. Why do we need to be paying attention to YouTube? Check this out. 1 billion active users each month. Not total users, but active, actually logging into their account on a regular basis. Okay, 6 billion hours of video is watched each month. Okay, traffic comes on complete autopilot. Okay, so there's no need for, tweaking ads and doing all this other stuff. You just upload a video onto YouTube, and guess what? That sits there until the end of time, and you're just going to constantly have traffic going through that video. You never have to touch it again. The average American spends 20 hours a month watching online video. Isn't that ridiculous? And guess what? The last thing, which I think is the best thing, because I love free stuff, right? It's free traffic, right? It doesn't cost anything to create a YouTube account. It doesn't cost anything to shoot a video on your iPhone. It doesn't cost anything to upload it onto YouTube. So it's free traffic. Isn't that cool? So I started there. I started to upload some videos onto YouTube to see what would happen. I started to see some results. Check this out. I think this is going to excite you, okay? You can see that I've obviously blurred out any reference to my keyword. I'm sure you guys can appreciate that, respect that. I've worked hard to find these particular keywords that I'm targeting. But I'm going to show you where I rank in regard to this, right? So when someone types into YouTube this particular key phrase or this particular search term, look at this. My video, my ugly mug, is third position on the first page. And check it out, 45,000 views on this video, okay? Here's another one, okay? 2,000 views on this one. I'm second position on YouTube. And again, and again, and again. And I could keep showing you this, but here's the even cooler part, okay? The coolest part, in fact. I also discovered that according to Cisco, the chances of getting a page 1 ranking increased 53 times with a video, okay? What does that mean? Well, it means that if you try to rank a brand new website or a blog post, for example, okay? In fact, you guys will remember this, John and Tony. Obviously, we used quite big on blogging, or there was a lot of stuff being promoted about you need to blog this and blog that. And blogs are great. Don't get me wrong. I have a blog as well, so I do blogging, right? But if you try to rank a blog post or a website for the same keyword as a video on YouTube, it's going to be 53 times easier to get that video on the first page of Google. Is that just ridiculous or what? 53 times easier. So, well, I'm game, I'm down, I'm with that. So check out what happened. Proof was in the pudding. Look at this, first page of Google. Again, I blurred out my reference to keywords. But look at this, my ugly mug sat there on the first page of Google for people to find. And there I am again, and again, and again, and again. And I could just keep showing you this. But let me explain what then started to happen for my business. The more videos that I got on the first page of YouTube, the more results I started getting for my business as a result, right? So I started to get 10 leads a day at first. Then I started to see 20 leads, then 50 leads, and 100 leads. And it just went up from there, right? Until I started to literally be getting around 300 to 400 leads every single day, okay? And this was during the time that I was actually in the same business with John and Tony. I was generating about 400 leads every day. It's actually a lot more now. But this was even just back then. I'm being conservative with these numbers, right? And it started to make me then $50 a day, then $100, $200, and even I was having $1,000 days in my business as a result of these little YouTube videos sat on the internet. Isn't that crazy? So then fast forward a couple of years, and this method still works like an absolute dream. I've already shared these numbers with you, but I've now been able to build a list of over 91,000 leads and generated $816,000 in my businesses just as a result of these YouTube videos. Okay, and again, just to be fully transparent, I've done a bunch of other stuff, right? I've made multiple 7 figures in this industry with various different things, but just with these videos, are you guys getting how cool this is? Just with these YouTube videos, these are results I've got. Very, very cool stuff. So, anyone guess how many videos I might have had to do to make that much money? Go ahead and have a quick guess in the questions box. How many videos would you think, right? And I'm not even going to influence your guesses. I'm just going to see what you guys put. How many videos do you reckon? To make almost $1 million, how many videos do you think? Okay, so Craig says 50, Diane says 10, Mark says 100, Dan says 1,200, Izzy says 100, Tim says 386. That's very specific. Love that, Tim. Aaron says 150, 300, 360. Paul says thousands. Phil says thousands. Okay, so you guys are guessing hundreds and thousands. Well, check this out. Around about 85 videos or so. Okay, that's it. Not many, because we're going to optimize each video in a very, very powerful way. So we don't need that many videos. So just think, I've done almost $1 million with 85 videos. You know, what kind of piece of the pie do you want of that $1 million, right? And you can just work out, you know, how many videos you need to do. So let's divide how much money I've made by 85 videos. Each video that I've ever done, going back to the last couple of years, is worth to me on average around about $9,600 per YouTube video. And if you break that down by the 24 months or so that I've been doing this, each video that I put on YouTube is worth to me about $400 a month. Okay, it was just breaking down the numbers, you know, because it's really important, guys. I'm sure you guys are taught this by John and by Tony, but it's really important to know your numbers, right? Know your numbers within your business. So I know that based on my personal numbers, each video that I put on YouTube is worth about $400 a month to me, right? And so here's the even cooler part. It's often completely free traffic, meaning that income is pretty much all pure profit going straight into my bank account, okay? And my only expense is sometimes paying someone between $5 or $40 to send my YouTube videos some backlinks. And I'm going to explain how this is all done later on. That's the only expense. And I didn't even have any of my own products at the time, right? I was just driving traffic to simple affiliate offers and this network marketing company and getting a commission when someone made a purchase. And this YouTube traffic is full, absolutely full of hungry buyers, okay? So let me ask you a question. I'm sure at this point you're very excited. Who wants to see a real example of one of these videos that ranks in the search engines, the keyword, the views, the leads, the sales? Who'd be interested in seeing that? Let's go ahead and put yes in the questions box if that would interest you. Because obviously I blurred out a bunch of my keywords, but I want to show you, at least one or two just so you can see that the numbers that are broken down. Okay, tons of yeses. Check this out. You guys are going to love this. So there's a keyword that I went after called part-time jobs from home, right? And you can see there's a couple of ads at the very top, but my video is second, well, in fact, first in the free results. So these guys are paying to be here, and my video is sat here at the very top of the search results, okay? Part-time jobs from home. This is still for like a network marketing kind of keyword, right? So this would be good for you guys. Well, check this out. Let's break down these numbers. This is a screenshot from inside of my lead pages account, because we want to work out, based on all the views that came to this video. So at the time of taking this screenshot, this was a few days ago, so this number may or may not have gone up at this point, I'm not sure. But at the time I'm taking this screenshot, almost 46,000 views, okay? So how many of those actually then became a lead? Well, I took a screenshot from the inside of my lead pages account, and you can see the correlation here, part-time jobs from home. This is that page. I had 18,602 website visitors. So people coming from that video and saying, yeah, I'm going to come check out what you guys got going on. With a 45% conversion rate, okay? So I generated 8,000 leads, right? 45% is unheard of in our industry. If you get 20 or 30% opt-in rate, you're considered an internet rock star, right? 45%, okay? And here are the results. Now, every lead is worth to me, on my list, every lead is worth about $10 to $15. You know when I told you how important it was that you guys know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers for everything. And I know that every lead that comes onto my list is worth between $10 and $15, okay? So you guys can do the math on this one, right? This was not a standard video result for me, but, I mean, this one was worth almost six figures to me in, just this one video, okay? Now, granted, this is an incredible case study, an incredible example. Some videos have just been worth, $1,000 in revenue or 10,000, and some of them like this, six figures. But even if it fluctuated, does this get you excited? I hope it does, because then let's check this out. Right? This is the best bit, right? My only expense on this video is $40, right? Like I said, the only expense is paying for backlinks, and it's between $5 and $40 that I typically spend. This was a bit more of a tougher keyword. I was dead set on ranking for it, so I spent the full whack. I went crazy. I went nuts. I spent $40. And guess what? It resulted in almost 8,500 leads. So we're looking at 0.0047 per lead. Okay, I'm not even sure what that works out as. Is that like half a penny? Have I done that math right? Tony or John, can you confirm that? Is that like half a penny? I think so. 0.047.
About 100.
Yeah, it's like 10%.
It's pretty nuts, right?
Yeah, 0.5%. And I'm just sitting here thinking, since I've got the mic, I'll go ahead and say, so I'm still stuck on what you were saying several slides ago, where you were getting hundreds of leads per day. Now, you and I were marketing the same offer at the same time. And by the way, just for clarification, we've got a lot of home business entrepreneurs here, but we've got a lot of small business entrepreneurs too, who are not necessarily in the network marketing space. But you and I were actually doing an internet marketing offer. You were getting hundreds of leads a day for free. I was spending $20,000 a month on advertising, and I was not getting hundreds of leads per day. I would have days where I would get several hundred leads, but I was doing paid marketing where, you have to keep that machine turned on all the time. So I'm sitting here feeling slightly queasy, slightly queasy at the idea of 300 free leads a day for pennies, half pennies. This is incredible.
Yeah. It's exciting stuff, man. I mean, and this was literally, this is what I was doing when we were building that company together. This was it. This is all I was doing for my traffic generation. I didn't need to do anything else. So I was generating these hundreds of leads per day. So I didn't even, in fact, at the time, I couldn't even justify doing paid ads because I was like, I can't justify that when I'm getting all this traffic. So anyway, I mean, this stuff just blows my mind, going over it again. But let's move forward. I want to make sure you guys get to the training. But check this out. This is the screenshot from inside my Lead Pages account for all my other keyworded videos. And again, I've obviously blurred out any reference to each keyword because each page correlates to a different video. You can see part-time jobs from home here, the numbers. But check this out. I always get between 40 and 50% opt-in rate. Always. Okay, my capture page is always convert super high. Okay, here's another example. Based on almost 30,000 views to this page, I had almost 15,000 signups. So a consistent 51.1% conversion rate based on 15,000 leads. I mean, it's crazy. So would you like to know the secret to getting this much traffic and particularly high opt-in rates like this? I'm going to assume you guys do. So let's check this out. Here's the 3 things that really go, and we're going to break this down even more. Okay, again, we haven't even touched the surface yet, but here's the 3 main things that you've got to focus on when it comes to getting this much traffic and high opt-in rates. Okay, number 1 is laser targeted keywords. Okay, you need to do your keyword research first. You need to actually spend some time finding out, what are people in my industry, or what would my ideal visitor or customer be searching for, right? What would they be typing into Google? Okay, you need to first figure this out, because if you don't, then you won't know what to rank for. You won't know what to shoot your videos about. So you've got to get laser targeted keywords first. Okay, then you've got to have laser targeted videos. So if you decide that you're going to rank for part-time jobs from home, like the example I gave you of mine earlier on, then you need to stick to that theme for the video. Okay, so the video needs to be all about how to have a part-time job from home. You don't then want to go off on a tandem and start talking about all aspects of business and all aspects of making money online, because that's not what they were searching for. They told you what they were searching for specifically, so you've got to stick to that. Does that make sense? And the last thing is obviously a congruent landing page. Now, this is how you get those high opt-in rates, is because people have come to you. You're not tracking them down. They've come to you. They found your video. You've spoken to them in a very targeted way. Then they come to your site, and as long as your landing page is very congruent to the kind of subject that you're talking about, then you'll get those high opt-in rates. Okay, because think of it this way. Imagine someone types into Google how to lose arm fat quick and easy, right? Now, I have no idea why I chose that as my example keyword. It's a bit strange, but how to lose arm fat quick and easy, okay? Then on the first page of Google, they see a video like this. With the title of the video is the exact key phrase they typed in. How to lose arm fat quick and easy. Do you think that they're even going to bother looking at these other results? They're not, because the exact thing that they typed in, they can see it right here. The video draws attention, and then they see the headline is exactly what they were looking for. So there's no reason for them to go anywhere else. Okay? And here's why this works like magic. They've clicked on your video, so they are coming to you. Does that make sense? You're not chasing them on Facebook and Instagram and all these other crazy things that we're taught. They're coming to you. They're typing in the keyword. They're finding your video, so they're clicking to you. If your video and your call to action is congruent with the keyword, then they will again choose to come to your site. They're making the decision. Okay, so guess what? Guess how this is different to any other traffic source? They are taking all the steps to come to you. Okay, hence the high opt-in rates. Okay, because we're not shoving a Facebook ad on their news feed and having to convince them why they should click and come check us out while they've got their arms folded. Yeah. this way, they're actually coming to us. They're making all the decisions to move forward with us and come check out our website because they're interested, not because they feel pushed or pressured. Okay? So then obviously you need a well-designed page as well. That kind of goes without saying. But these are the keys to making this work and why it works like magic. Okay? So, man, we covered a lot in secret number 1. I'm pretty sure at this point, you're pretty set in understanding the methodology behind this and how this whole thing works. And I'm pretty sure at this point you're pretty excited. So let's move on to secret number 2, which I'm actually going to break down for you. I've never shown this on a free training before, ever. Okay, this is actually normally just inside of my training program. But I wanted to do this for Tony and John and his crowd because you guys are going to go mad for this, right? This is my simple 4-step formula for creating cash-producing YouTube videos, even if you've never shot a video before in your life. Okay, check this out. Go ahead and give me a M-E, in the questions box, if you hate the idea of shooting videos. Let's just be very honest and vulnerable with each other right now. Go ahead and put me in the questions box if you don't know what to say, how to act, how long it should be, or how to edit it, or any of that stuff. You're just clueless as to how to make your videos work. Okay, very cool. I appreciate your honesty. There's tons of you. In fact, who's that said me? Okay, Radley says me in exclamation marks. Okay, so I'm sure I thought there'd be a bunch of you. So you guys literally are going to go mad for what I'm going to teach you right now. Check this out. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, okay? There's a lot of things you don't need to make this work, okay? You don't need the fancy equipment. You don't need to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars renting a fancy studio. You don't need to hire a cameraman or spend hours editing or any experience with video, YouTube, or presenting, or have a professional video, right? You don't need any of this stuff, okay? I've seen so many people in this industry who claim to be teaching video marketing and YouTube stuff, and they say that you've got to have all the special effects and the special editing and all the professional videography and all this craziness. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place for a professional video, but for the most part, with YouTube, using these kind of keywords, you don't need this kind of craziness. In fact, more so, people just want to see a real, down-to-earth person on the camera who's speaking directly at them and being relatable. If you've got all this crazy video editing, then they feel like that you're not relatable. They can't interact with you. They just want to see someone who's being very genuine on the video. So you really don't need this stuff. Okay. You just need to record a dumb little video on your smartphone or whatever camera you have lying around your house. That's literally it. So if you have a means of recording a video, then you have what it takes to be successful with video marketing. Okay, you really do. Then all you have to do is memorize my 7-step video formula, and you can make a bunch of money. You really can. So, are you ready for it? Here is my 4-step formula. It's called Grab, Relate, Intrigue, and Invite. Okay, I call it the GRII video formula inside of my training academy. Okay, this is the 4 steps. Okay, and you literally, regardless of what business you guys have, you can apply this to your videos, and it will work every time. And I'm going to take you through the whole thing right now. So to start off your video, let's start with grab. Okay, this is where you're going to grab the attention of the people who are watching and listening. Okay, this is your moment where you can give them a reason to stick around on your video and stay listening to you. Okay, as most of you I'm sure know, you literally have about 7 seconds to grab someone's attention, or they're going to hit that back button and they're going to leave and they're not coming back. Okay, so you have to grab their attention. So the way that I typically will use this piece is that I will recite the keyword back to them. So I'll say, hey guys, chances are you've landed on this video because you were searching for part-time jobs from home. Well, you're in the right place because, and obviously then I go on. But now they know they're in the right place because I've literally recited back to them the exact search query that they were looking for. Simple enough. I've grabbed their attention. Okay. The next step is relate. We have to relate to them, right? They have to feel like they can relate to us, okay? It's really, really important. You want to relate to them so they can feel like they relate to you, okay? It's really, really important. And so you can relate in a number of different ways. You say something like, it wasn't that long ago that I was searching for the exact same thing on the internet. I was looking for a solution, nothing was working, couldn't find anything that worked, so I've been where you are right now, so you're relating to them. They feel like you're on the same level as them, okay? The next step is intrigue. Now you want to intrigue them as to the solution that you have found or that you can recommend to them. Does that make sense? So let's use the network marketing example, Okay, because I know a bunch of you on the line will be in network marketing in some way, or affiliate marketing, whatever it is. So then you'd say, and then I came across this awesome program or this awesome company that actually does what they say they're going to do. They've got this, they've got that. It's very, very exciting. So you're intriguing them. They're like, okay, this person has grabbed my attention. I feel like I can relate to them. I feel like I'm in some way I can connect to this person. Okay, now I'm pretty intrigued. Now I want to know what it is that they found. What's the solution that they've got, right? Then the final step is invite. Okay, you want to invite them to then come to your website to check it out. Now I use this word, very particularly, right? I don't think that's even a word what I just said there, but you want to invite them. I've said this for a reason. I didn't say push. I didn't say sell. I didn't say, I didn't say any of that stuff. Okay, we're not going to be saying to them, okay, so now come to my website. We've got a sale on, and there's a timer at the top of the page, and if you missed it, you missed out, all that kind of stuff. That comes later on in your sales funnel, right? Or in your, whatever it is that you're doing. Right now, we just invite them. We just say, hey, if you have found this video in some way helpful or intriguing, I'd love to show you what we've got going on. There's a link below, or if you're promoting affiliate products, you can say, hey, I'll leave a link below to the product that I think can help you, and feel free to go check it out. Okay, you're putting the power in their hands. Feel free to go check it out. Yeah, does that make sense? So here's an example. Okay, let's say I've chosen to promote a weight loss product on ClickBank, for example, right? See if you can spot the 4 stages of this video. Okay, grab, relate, intrigue, invite. In fact, because I know that most of you on this call are in network marketing, let's use network marketing as an example. I'm going to say that I'm a part of a network marketing company. So I'm going to give you an example, just off the cuff, not planned this. I'm just so used to doing this now, and see if you guys can follow or spot the 4 stages of this video. You ready? Here we go. Hi guys, John Penberthy here. Chances are you've landed on this video because you were searching for how to make money on the internet from home. I want you to know you are actually in the right place. It wasn't that long ago that I was in the exact same position as you. I'd heard about this opportunity to make money on the internet, to build a business, and I just couldn't figure out how to blooming do the thing, right? I was following different training programs, following different websites, buying into different schemes and programs, and nothing was actually working for me. Nothing seemed to do what it said that it was going to do. Okay, and I was kind of at the point of just giving up. Really, I'd kind of hit a point where I was like, I don't think this is going to work. I think this is just a false dream that people peddle. And I decided to give it one more go, and then actually came across a company that actually worked. I'd seen my friends getting involved, and I'd seen the success that was coming out of this company was real, legitimate, was actually working. And so I've now been involved in this company and absolutely rocking. It does what it says, quality product, you can feel good about promoting, and the system actually works and converts. And so I just wanted to shoot this real quick video to let you guys know about it in case that would interest you as well. I know that you're here because you're searching for a way to make money on the internet from home. And so I just thought I'd shoot this quick video to let you know where you could potentially find that solution like I did. So I'll leave a link below this video. Go ahead and click on that if you would find that helpful, and maybe I'll see you on the next page. Take care. There you go. There is an example of a video just following those 4 steps. So now go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box if you spotted the 4 stages. If you caught me at grab, relate, intrigue, and invite, go ahead and give me a yes. Okay, tons and tons of yeses coming in. Okay, so that's very, very cool. So you guys beginning to see that you can do this, right? It's not that difficult to record these videos. It's really not. Okay, and you can practice and you can get better at it. But if you follow this 4-step formula, I promise you this will apply to anything. If you've got a local business or you've got a brick and mortar business, exact same thing. You grab them at what their attention. You relate to them. You know what their problem is. You know what they're looking for. Intrigue them as to why your business or why your service is better than someone else's, and invite them to come check it out. It's the same formula. This is the formula I've used for the past few years, and it works like magic. Okay, was that pretty cool? I thought you guys would like that. Okay, who thinks they can do that? Go ahead and put a me in the questions box if light bulbs are going off and you're beginning to think, you know what, I can do that. I thought video was a bit more complicated than this. Go ahead and put a me in the questions box. That's awesome. Debbie says so cool. Nick says I can do that, me. Debbie says me. Okay, tons of me's coming in. That's awesome. Lawrence says absolutely. Mark says me, absolutely awesome. That's exciting. This fires me up, guys. Just so you know, it fires me up to know that this is 1, of value to you, and 2, that you actually believe you can do this now, because you can. There's nothing stopping you. Okay. And my last little tip of video is you can actually have someone on Fiverr shoot the video for you. So if you are not interested in getting on camera, okay, for whatever reason you are just adamant that you are not going to get on in front of that camera lens, then you do have an option. It's not the most recommended, but you can just go to Fiverr and you can actually use someone as a spokesperson. You can give them the script, tell them what to say, and they will shoot the video for you, and you can upload that onto your YouTube channel, put your link in the description, but someone else has basically just been your spokesperson. So that is another little tip for you, just so you know. Okay? So cool. Glad to hear that was of value to you guys. We're not done. Here's secret number 3. Now that we know how to put these videos together, we know the right way and the correct way to do it, here's how to now get those money videos to the first page of Google and YouTube with this $10 ranking hack. Okay? Now we know that we need to get our new video to the first page of Google and YouTube, okay, so people see it. We know that, we get that, we understand that, right? Because, again, here's just examples of me being able to do that. Here I am at the top of YouTube, okay, here I'm at the top of Google. We know this is where we need to be. Now there's a bunch of different methods that you can use to get to the top of Google. There's a lot of different things that you can put in play. There's a lot of different tweaks and optimization that you can make. Now, for the lack of time that we have here together, I want to delve into one of the most important ones, I think, okay? I can't cover everything, but I want to make sure we actually at least cover one of the main things that you can leave and implement already, okay? And that is something called backlinks, okay? We touched on this earlier. Let's talk about 2 things here real quick. The first is, what are backlinks and what do they do, okay? And then how do we get them? And I'm going to show you my $10 ranking hack, which you guys are going to go nuts for, okay? So firstly, what is a backlink? For any of you on the webinar here that have no idea what a backlink actually even is, here's what a backlink is. Let's say that this blue little bubble here, your site, is your YouTube video. Okay? You've uploaded it onto YouTube, you've been given a URL to share with your friends. That is your YouTube video. Now, all of these other websites, we've got article sites, a blog, social, bookmarking, other video sites, Facebook, all these other websites. If any other website posts a link to your YouTube video, okay, that's a backlink, because there's now a link on someone else's website pointing back to your YouTube video. Does that make sense? That's why it's called a backlink. It's basically just someone that's gone, yeah, I'll share your video. They take the link to your video and they post it on their blog or post it on Facebook or post it on some other kind of website. Does that make sense? That's simply what a backlink is. Does that make sense? Here's a real example. Here's my blog. I told you earlier on that I blog as well, right? Well, check this out. This is a blog post, and in that blog post, I have a link to a YouTube video. I've now given that YouTube video a backlink, okay? Because I've sent a link from my site pointing back to that YouTube video, okay? Now, some of the best backlinks for you to use for your YouTube videos is from social bookmarking sites. You might want to write that down, okay? Social bookmarking sites. Okay, and you can do a search on Google for social bookmarking sites, and they'll give you tons of them. 50 plus links here, 15, 250 of the best, social bookmarking sites. There's a never-ending list of these sites. And what you can do is you can go to them, and here's an example. It's called Delicious. Okay, this is a bookmarking site, and it works the same as, when you're in browser, right? You can bookmark a web page, right? It's just saving it. It's just archiving it, right? Works the same with bookmarking sites. It's a place for you to post a link to your website, or in this case, your YouTube video, and you're bookmarking it. You're putting it on the internet, you're letting the internet know that it's there, and you're giving that link a home, basically. You're giving that link a home. So you can sign up to these different bookmarking sites, and you can leave the link to your YouTube video, okay? And you can post it. And once you've posted it, that's given you a backlink, and then you can sign out of that account. You can go to another website, you can create an account, log in, paste your link, log out, and you can keep doing that. And every time you do it, you're creating yourself a backlink. Okay, does that make sense? So why do we need them? Well, they build authority. Okay, it works a bit like a referral. If a good friend of yours told you that there was a really good website that you should go check it out. Okay, well you're going to start to think about that now. You're going to go, okay, well I trust this guy, and he's told me to go check out the website. And then if another one of your good friends tells you the same thing, and then your mum gives you a phone call which tells you the same thing, if more and more people tell you about this one web page, then you're going to start taking that web page seriously. You're going to start seeing that page as an authority because everyone's talking about it, right? Same with backlinks. The more backlinks you build, the more authority
your video has in the eyes of YouTube and Google. Does that make sense? It also shows YouTube that, you know, your video is popular. Okay, the more people that have a link to it on their website, you know, the more backlinks that you have, the more popular your video, you know, seems. Yeah. And if we have enough of these backlinks, then Google and YouTube will put our video on the first page of Google. Right? That's pretty much it. If we have enough of these backlinks, then it's really, really going to help us in getting on the first page. Okay. So how do we get them? This is the harder part. You know, it's easy to talk about them, but how do we get them? Well, check it out. We can spend tens of hours building them, you know, ourselves. You know, we're talking hundreds or thousands of backlinks at a time. Okay, now you've seen how long it would take you to log into one and sign out, sign into another, sign out. If you're going to do that for hundreds of thousands, I mean, just think how long it's going to take. For me, that is not an option. Right, my time is far more valuable. Okay, I'm not going to spend hours of my time building backlinks. It's just not going to happen. Okay. Second is you can use software like SENuke or Article Wizard. These are two backlink building tools that you can buy. They cost about $100 to $200 a month to use these darn things. And then guess what? You've got to spend hours anyway going through their training videos to work out how to actually use the tool, you know? And then you've got to make sure you use it correctly and you're building all the right backlinks, and it just gets a bit messy, right? Now, have a look at this. This is called an SENuke campaign. This is that backlink building software. Now, what you're seeing on the screen looks incredibly confusing, even to me. What's happening here is this money site here. Again, imagine that is your YouTube video, okay? We've got all kinds of craziness going on. We've got some web pages that are linking directly to our YouTube video. We've got other web pages that link to web pages that link to us. And we've got other web pages that link to web pages that link to web pages that eventually link to us, right? And what that's doing is that's building and passing down authority, okay? So this image that you're seeing on the screen, if you find a way to create this, then your YouTube video is going to shoot to the top of the search engines because of all the authority that's being built up around it. But guess what? This looks ridiculously confusing. This even gives me a headache just looking at this. So as good as that would be, I don't have the time, you know, to spend going through these softwares and learning how to do that, okay? Or you've got the third option, which is you can use my $10 backlink hack that takes literally 5 minutes to set it up. Let me show you exactly how this thing works, right? You're going to go to Fiverr.com, okay? Fiverr with 2Rs.com. Some of you may have already heard about this website, okay? Very, very popular site. Now, I used to think that buying backlinks on Fiverr didn't work. I was hearing mixed reviews, and I thought, you know, maybe it just wouldn't work so well. Well, guess what? That was until I spoke to a buddy of mine, Ryan Dice. We were backstage at an event that we were at together, and we were just chatting about this particular topic. And I was talking to him about this Fiverr and backlinks, and he said something quite profound to me. You know, and for those of you who don't know this guy, I mean, he's just an absolute rock star, one of the gurus to the gurus within our industry. He said, John, you can pretty much get anything done that you need on Fiverr. It's just about finding the right people to do it. You know, there's good and bad people everywhere. People that can do a good job, bad job. You just got to find the good people, right? And then I figured out how to do it. It's so simple. I do not know why more people don't do this, okay? You're going to go to Fiverr. You're going to click on the category called online marketing, okay? Then you're going to click on bookmarking and links, okay? Once you click on that, here's the main thing you've got to remember. They're going to sort them by default. Fiverr is going to sort the results based on recommended, okay? But that's the wrong way to do it. We want to click high rating, okay? This is going to sort the results by people that actually have a good rating, that have done their service in the past, and people have got a positive result. The thing about Fiverr is that if someone buys a service and that service does not deliver, or doesn't get their video ranked, or doesn't get their website ranked, or doesn't get them results, they are going to hear about it. They're going to put negative feedback all over the place, right? So by sorting high rating, Fiverr is only going to show us the people that actually have a good customer rating. You see? So now we've actually found the best people on Fiverr for the job, and it hasn't taken us more than just a couple of clicks, okay? And check this out. You ready for your mind to be blown? Look at this guy, number one, and I've used this guy many, many times. I will add your site to 800 social bookmarking sites for, wait for it, $5. Isn't that crazy? For $5, the cost of a Starbucks, right? This guy will build 800 social bookmarking backlinks for you. Okay? Think about how long it's going to take you to, manually yourself build 800 links. And you can just have this guy who's been rated highly, so we know he does a good job, and he'll do it for $5. Are you kidding me? Are you guys seeing the power in this? Here's the next thing. We're just going to take it a step further. Okay? You know this image that I showed you? Like, if you can create this, then you're in a real power position. But to do this manually gives me a headache. Well, check this out. Why not just go to Fiverr, search for SENuke, and sort by high rating? Check this out, guys. There are many people on Fiverr that will build that very SENuke backlink campaign for you. These are people who know how to do it. They do it daily. They have the software. They own it. They understand it. And they will build it for you for, guess what? Another whopping $5. I mean, is this... Come on, you can't tell me light bulbs are not going off. This stuff is ridiculous, right? So what you've got to do is just purchase a couple of these services, then you literally just give them the link to your YouTube video, and they will do everything else, right? They'll build all the backlinks, give you a report, and show you how it all works, okay? So who thinks they can do this, right? Who thinks they can find a search term to target, shoot a quick video about it on your iPhone, and upload it onto YouTube and do a couple little things to it, like getting some backlinks and a few other little bits and pieces to get those videos ranked. Go ahead and put yes in the questions box if you think you can do this, and if this has been helpful. Okay, Lauren says, great. Yes, yes, yes. Debbie says, I can do this in capital letters. Okay, awesome. Cool, 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 says Phil. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad this has been helpful for you. So here's the 3 secrets that we've covered. This is different. I actually showed you how to build your email list and use YouTube the right way to get leads almost, cheaper than a penny, right? Secret number 2, I showed you my simple 4-step formula for creating cash-producing YouTube videos, even if you've never shot a video before in your life. And secret number 3 is I showed you how to get your now money videos to the first page of Google and YouTube with this $10 ranking hack. Okay, so let me ask you a quick question at this point. Many people that go through trainings with me like this, where we're going fast-paced, we're getting through a bunch of stuff, and say to me, John, this stuff is incredible, it's just so helpful, but I do feel like you've just kind of turned a fire hose of information off and just squirted it into my face, and I can't kind of structure this thing. I don't know how to actually leave now with an action plan as to how to actually implement this. So let me ask you a question. Would it be cool with you guys? Would it be okay if I just spent a few moments here explaining a training program that I have where we can actually work together? I can help you implement this. If you've seen the power in this, I can show you via my training program how we can actually make sure we get this working for you and that you build your business, get more traffic, leads, and sales. Just go ahead and give me a yes if you'd be cool with that. Give me a yes in the questions box if that sounds good to you, and you'll be happy for me to just let you know a bit about a training program that I have that you may find is for you. Okay, awesome. Tons and tons of yeses coming in. Tim says, heck yeah. Okay, awesome. I really, really appreciate that. I don't just want to assume that you'd want to hear about that. I want to make sure that would actually be of value to you guys. So I appreciate that. So I have a training program called Tube Traffic Mastery. Okay, and I spoke to Tony and John about this earlier on, and they pleaded with me to kind of open up a few more spots to this, because right now we're actually closed. We've closed the doors to this program, and we only open it up in very small increments. And so we're doing it right now for you guys. And so I want to show you what's actually involved in Tube Traffic Mastery. Okay, it's basically my full training program, which shows from A to Z how to do this. Okay, it's all over the shoulder, recorded training videos, showing you every single step. You will not get lost. I basically just say, hey, take that, click here, put your video there, put this there. It's literally the most comprehensive, and I might be slightly biased, but it's the most comprehensive YouTube program I've ever seen put together, and I'm very, very proud of it. In fact, I'm extremely proud of it, and I can't wait for you guys to get involved, because you're going to love it. You're going to freak out, okay? So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get my 7 core Tube Traffic Mastery training modules, okay? Module 1 is product selection. And if you have no idea what you want to promote yet, and you have no idea what business you want to get into, I'm going to show you the best, most profitable things that you can kickstart your online business with that takes 0 experience. Okay, so we're just going to get that out of the way. We're going to get you a product to promote. But as I see it, most of you on the call here actually already have the business that you're looking to promote. So you've already ticked that box. So you can just skip module 1 and we can dive straight into module 2, which is where we get into the exciting stuff. Okay, it's called Keyword Goldmine. this is where I'm going to show you how to find those search terms, right? How on earth do we find the people that are typing in these keywords, right? How many these keywords to go for? What's the criteria for a keyword? What are the best ones? What ones should I avoid? And then how do I know that a keyword is worth my time and worth my attention? Okay, I'm going to break all of that down for you in Module 2. I'm going to show you exactly how to get an absolute avalanche of keywords for you to target. Okay, this is just not going to be a problem for you. Okay. Then Module 3 called Video Mastery. I'm then going to show you how to put your videos together. Okay, I teased you with the grab, relate, intrigue, and invite. Well, I have another formula called the GTI formula. I'm going to break that down for you. And also, get this, I have scripts and everything. So I'm literally going to give you the scripts that you can just follow. Okay, I've basically taken my highest performing YouTube videos. I've broken them down into scripts, word for word. So if you literally have no clue what to say in your videos, and I'm actually going to break down everything for you in a script, and you can just follow it and take my name out and put yours, and take my link out, put yours, and take my keyword out and put yours. Does that make sense? So everything to do with putting your videos together is covered in Module 3. All right, after Module 3, you're going to be a video ninja. You're not going to have a problem at all getting on camera, shooting your videos. Okay. Module 4 is Channel Foundation, how to put your YouTube channel together correctly. There's a few little optimization things that you can do with your YouTube channel to optimize it correctly. And I want you guys to be able to make sure you get the right information. So Module 4 is going to cover that. Module 5 is an SEO goodness. Now we're getting into the actual fun stuff. Once we've picked a keyword, once we have recorded our video, once we have a YouTube channel in place or optimized our existing one correctly, now what we're going to do, we're going to get that video ranked on the first page of Google and YouTube, and we're going to start getting some of that traffic. So I'm going to show you all the SEO, by the way, stands for search engine optimization. So I'm going to show you here how to optimize your videos to get ranked, get a bunch of traffic. Okay, so Module 5 is going to begin the actual traffic generation. Very exciting stuff. Module 6 is SEO Supercharged. Okay, what I've done here in Module 6 is I've basically put the more foundational SEO stuff within Module 5. But guess what? I don't mean to sound arrogant here, but there is just simply stuff that I know about YouTube traffic generation and business building that other people don't know. Okay, and I'll tell you how I can be so confident, because there's stuff that I've figured out. I've literally tested everything, and I've figured out certain things that you can do to help get traffic to your YouTube videos that other people simply don't know, because I figured it out. It's my own techniques, and they work like absolute gold. So I've got some more advanced stuff for you in Module 6. So if you consider yourself already a bit more advanced, then you're going to want to go through Module 6, because I'm going to lay everything out for you there, all the advanced stuff that most people simply don't know. Okay, it's very, very cool. And then Module 7 is called Video Syndication. Okay, go ahead and give me a me in the questions box if you like the idea of making more money and getting more results without doing pretty much any extra work. Just go ahead and give me a me in the questions box. Okay, I thought so. Tons of me's coming in. Well, Module 7 is going to show you how to then syndicate that video in other avenues, right? We can put it on YouTube. Well, now that we've taken the time to pick a keyword, shoot a video, why don't we utilize that video in other ways? Why don't we put it on other video sharing sites? Why don't we transcribe it and turn it into a blog post and submit it on an article website? There's a bunch of things that we can do. I'm going to show you how to do that in Module 7. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get the most bang for your buck out of every bit of work that you do, so that we can actually get to a point where we are not only taking one position on the first page of Google, but we can oftentimes have multiple positions on the first page of Google. So when someone types in a key phrase, we have all kinds of things ranking on the first page. We have our YouTube video, our blog, our articles, all kinds of things. It's very, very exciting. Okay. I'm also going to give you the 7 core study guides to every module. Okay, so every single module comes with a handout, comes with an actual checklist and a study guide, so that you can follow along each module in written form. Some of you just like to put pen to paper. You can print these out, and you can actually tick off as you go through each step to make sure you don't miss anything. Okay. I also want to give you 2 Traffic Mastery Fast Start course. Okay. The Fast Start course is for you if you just want to get results quickly. Okay. You're not interested in spending, tens of hours going through training and just burying yourself into training again. You just want to get the Fast Start action plan. Okay. Any of you heard of the 80-20 rule? 20% of the things that you do account for 80% of the results. Okay, some of you will just want to know what is that 20% that I just need to do? If I want to get results quickly, if I'm going to join your program and I don't want to spend days having to go through training, I just want to get results quickly. How can I get started? What's the fast start? Well, I'm going to show you that in the fast start course and lay it out for you. Every module has a fast start video, so that you don't have to go through tons and tons of training. You can just implement straight away, start getting results, and then build upon those results over time, and then scale your business from $10,000 a month to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 and so on. Very, very exciting stuff, okay? So here's what someone else had to say who went through my training, and now, was customer, now good friend of mine, Joshua Elder, said, because of John's training, I've literally been able to create over $90,000 in income, all free traffic, and built a list of over 8,000 people in a short period of time. Pretty cool stuff. And then here's Neve Arthur, and yes, her name is pronounced Neve, right? She said, I want to take a moment to share some results with you that I've gotten from John Penberthy's training. She goes on to say, on just one video that I've used his methods on, I've gotten more than 148,000 views. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that crazy? 148,000 views just from one method that she learned from me. So I really appreciate this lady, and she's getting fantastic results. Here's Walt Nelson. He says, I'm starting to see great results using John Penberthy's YouTube strategy. I made it on the first page of Google within an hour of posting my video today. My list is growing. Okay, really, really cool stuff. Now, let me ask you a quick question before I let you know how you can get in. Are any of you here like me? I just love free stuff. I love free bonuses. Go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box if you love free bonuses and you'd love for me to chuck in a couple extra things before we wrap this up. Okay, tons of yeses. I thought so. Everyone loves free bonuses. Who doesn't? So check this out. I'm going to give you a 3-part conversion masterclass that I've put together. Okay? Because here's a common question that I've got from a lot of people who went through the course previously. They said, the training is phenomenal. We're getting results. We're getting videos ranked. We're getting traffic. But now what do we do with that traffic? We want to learn how you actually made that income. It's all well and good building, getting tons of traffic, but how did you make that $816,000? And how did you build a list of almost 100,000 people? Well, I'm going to show you that in this conversion masterclass. Okay, so lesson number 1 is going to show you something called bridge marketing. Okay, there's a very important method that you need to implement, which is where you bridge the gap between people having no idea who you are to knowing you, liking you, and trusting you. Okay, it's called bridge marketing. You're bridging that gap between people finding your videos and then actually becoming, a trusted subscriber, and someone who knows you and likes you. Okay, it's called bridge marketing. And I'm actually going to give you a case study in this training of one single video, and I'm not kidding, one single video that was being responsible for over $458,000. Just one video that I implemented in this bridge marketing method. I'm going to break that video down for you, take it apart completely, and show you how the whole thing worked. Okay, it's really, really, really cool. Okay, then I'm going to show you lead capture mastery. Okay, how many of you want to build a massive email list? Okay, I'm sure that's pretty much every single person on the line. So I'm going to show you that in lead capture mastery. I'm going to show you how I was able to build an email list of over 100,000 people and how I can get opt-in rates like this. How to build capture pages that actually convert. I'm going to show you that in lead capture mastery. Okay, then the third masterclass is I'm calling 7-figure list building secrets. I know for a fact that email marketing and list building has been responsible for easily 7 figures in my business. Not just with my YouTube stuff, but with everything else I've ever done. Email list building is a skill that everyone needs to learn, and it's easily been responsible for 7 figures for me. So I'm going to show you everything in this masterclass that I know in my experience of sending out literally millions of emails in my career. Okay, I know the right subject lines. I know the right times of day to send your emails. I know how to write your emails in a creative way, where to send them, what to do with them once they've joined your list, how to build the relationship with them, how to cultivate that, where to send them, how often to mail them offers versus content, just everything. I'm going to show you. You're going to be a list building absolute ninja when you go through this module. Okay. And bonus number 2 is I'm calling backlink power. Okay. I told you about the backlink that I buy from Fiverr. Well, I showed you a couple of examples, but guess what? There's a bunch of different ones I use. What if it was a video that you wanted to spend the full $40 on, right? You want to completely open up your wallet for $40 and buy all the backlinks. Well, I'm going to give you my complete backlink Rolodex of the exact people that I use on Fiverr to build my backlinks, okay? Exactly who I use. I'm going to show you the power pair, which is that $10 ranking hack. I'm going to show you the exact social bookmarks that I buy, and the exact SE Nuke campaign that I buy, and then all the others, which is completely set and forget. Literally, every time you record a new YouTube video, you open up my Backlink Power PDF resource, and you just buy backlinks from the exact same people that I have that has been responsible for building my business so successfully. Is that crazy? I was kind of worried about putting that one in there, but I'd like to do that. Okay. Bonus number 3 is Launch Sniper. Okay. I don't know if any of you would remember me from the kind of reviews that I used to do, if any of you have ever seen that. I used to do this method where I would drive traffic using YouTube and Google by piggybacking on new product launches. So that when a new company launches, or a new program, or a new offer on the internet, and I know the name of that program or that company, then I can get a video ranked for the name of the company, for the name of the product. Okay? And I call it Launch Sniper because you're sniping traffic from a new product launch. And here's the interesting thing. This is the easiest route, in my opinion, to $10,000 a month. Or in my English accent, I should say route. That's how we say it. Okay, it's the easiest route to $10,000 a month. And I can say that with full certainty because I'm going to tell you right now why. This is the first ever method that got me, John Penberthy, from 0 to $10,000 a month. It was exactly what I teach in here. So if you're brand new and you're still struggling to get the results that you want in your business and you haven't got results yet, I promise you, this is it. In this package right here, I teach you how I first went from 0 to my first ever $10,000 a month. I teach it in this training right here. So I know that anyone can use this method to get results fast because I've done it. And I've gone from a complete newbie and a high school dropout to using this method to make $10,000 a month. Okay, pretty cool stuff. So here's everything you're going to get. You're going to get the 7 core training modules. You're going to get the study guides and checklists, the Fast Start course, the conversion masterclasses, the Backlink Power resource, the Launch Sniper. Total value, if I was to sell these separately and individually, is $6,485. And I just want to ask you a quick question before I let you know how you can get in on this. If all this did for you was finally get you an online business that is actually making you money, it was actually working for you, would it be worth it? Would it be worth joining just for that? Yeah? If all this did for you was give you a solid game plan for generating traffic that actually works. Forget the other training programs that have screwed you over and they've not delivered, they've not worked. If all this did for you was give you that solid game plan for traffic generation that actually worked, would it be worth it for you? Okay? And if all this did for you was, let's just say, just got you five successful money videos on the first page of YouTube, would it be worth it to you? Okay? You know, with keeping in mind that for me, based on my numbers, each video is worth about $400 a month. Okay, would it be worth just having 5 of those? That is realistic for every single one of you on this webinar. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you can see that this would be a good deal at $5,000. If I was to sell this for this, I could absolutely justify that. And guess what? I can go a step further. I've done it. That's why there's 2 pictures here of people in a room with me. Okay, each and every person that you see in this picture paid at least $5,000 to be in the room with me at a 2-day event where I broke down this strategy for them and I taught them everything that I know about YouTube. Guess what? The same training that they went through was all the same stuff in 2 Traffic Mastery, and they had it for 2 days, and you're going to get lifetime access to 2 Traffic Mastery. Okay, so you can see why it would be a good deal of $5,000 because each and every one of the people in this picture actually paid that. Okay, and if we do, and when we do open this up to the general public, we'll be selling this for $1,997. But we'll be doing that. Okay, right now we haven't gone to the public. We only have ever opened this up in small groups like the webinar that we're doing here right now. And if we do ever open up and do a massive launch, show the world, which I'm not sure we ever will actually do, if we did, this will be a $2,000 course. But because you're special, and you're special for 2 reasons. One is because you've listened to me ramble on here for the last hour and hopefully got value out of that. But you're still here, so you show me that you're serious and show me that you're different and special because you're still here on the line. And you're also special because you're good friends of my good friend, John and Tony. Okay? So because of that, here's what I want to do for you. I'm not going to do a crazy price decrease or do any of that marketing shenanigan. I'm just going to tell you as it is. You can get started right now with everything I just described above for $497. Okay? One time, never build again, $497. What you need to do is go to tubetrafficmastery.com/labs. Okay? LABS. Go to that link, tubetrafficmastery.com/labs. That's going to take you to a page where you can get signed up, you can join, you can be in the family, and if you feel this is a good fit for you, then I'm super, super excited for you. You can join for $497 today, okay? I also want to let you know that you do have a 30-day guarantee, okay? I don't believe that I can take your money unless I make you money. Does that sound fair to you guys? So you can sign up today, go through all the training, join all the masterclasses, use the resources, and for any reason, if you are not happy, just let me know, and I'll give you all the money back, right? No questions asked. I really don't mind. If you don't feel like this training was everything that I told you it was, and everything that I'm telling you that it is, and you don't see a return, or you don't see the results that you want, then you can have your money back. No problem. Just ask me in 30 days, and I'll give that back to you. But I know I can be that confident because I've never really ever had to use this. Because everyone that comes in, and anyone that has ever come in, gets the value they came for, because this stuff just works. I've built the training. I've built the training, so I know it works. I know you're going to get what you came for. Now, have a quick look at this. And we're going to jump to some Q&A here in just a moment, because I want to answer any questions you have about the training or my training program. So we're going to do Q&A here in just a moment. So hang tight, and we're going to answer all your questions. But check out this quick video that Russell Brunson shot for me. I told you that I spoke at his event. Check out what he had to say about this training.
Hey, this is Russell Brunson, and I want to make a quick video because I'm guessing that some of you guys might be a little like being skeptical. When I first met John, I was actually at an internet marketing event, and he told me, he's like, yeah, I have this strategy that I get free leads, tons of them. And I was like, oh, really? How's it work? I'm always skeptical about stuff like that. He said, oh, and he can walk me through the process. And I'm like, I don't think that really works anymore. He's like, no, it does. He's like, I've built a list of over 80,000 people in the last 8 months doing that. I'm like, all right, well, it kind of intrigued me, but I still don't think I believe him, to be honest. I feel bad saying that, but I was like, okay, well, send me some more folks. I want to, if it is true, this is a big deal. I want to know about it. And so he sent me some more information. So then I started doing some investigative journalism on my own side. I started going and looking and trying to find if I could actually find the footprint of what he was doing. So I started searching. And eventually, I found some of these videos, and I started looking at these videos, and it was like on these weird keywords and things that I never really thought about. And there's 25,000 views, 35,000 views. I was looking at all these thing after thing, and then I went through and I kind of went and funnel hacked and started going through his process to see what he was doing. And I was like, man, this is making a lot of sense. This is really good. So then I got him on the phone. I said, okay, I think I believe you now. I said, sorry, I was skeptical before, but show me this process. And he showed it to me, and I was like, oh man, this is cool. So we started implementing our company. And started getting amazing results. Started getting leads for free, which is not something I'm used to. I'm a paid guy traditionally, and so these leads were coming in. It didn't cost us anything. I was going nuts, and so much so that we have our high-end Ignite program. People pay $12,000 to be part of it. We had a workshop here in Boise for those people focusing on traffic generation and lead generation. And there was only one other speaker besides myself there, and it was John. If you have a chance to learn this system, don't do what I was. Don't be skeptical. Don't wait, 4 or 5, 6 months because you're like, I don't think this works anymore. Do it now because it works. For me, it's gold. It's literally like John handed me a pot of gold that keeps replenishing every single day, and I'll be forever grateful for that. And it's something that works. So I hope you guys learn it, implement it, use it every single day because it'll change your business and it can change your life. So thanks again. Appreciate you, John, for all that you've done for us, for my personal company, and for also all my coaching clients who now all follow your system as well. We appreciate it. We love it. And thank you, John.
Awesome. I mean, I just think that's super cool that even people like Russell Brunson is kind of seeing results with this. Who was completely clueless, about this before. And as you guys know, Russell's got all kinds of businesses, and he's applied it to everything he's done. So regardless of what business you guys have, I'm sure on this very webinar right now, you're sat here thinking, I wonder if this will work for my business. I've got, I'm into network marketing, or I'm into affiliate marketing, or maybe you've got a small business, maybe you've got a physical business. Regardless of what you do, this works for anything. Do you know how I'm so confident? Because regardless of what business you're in, there are people going to Google and YouTube searching for what it is you have to offer. Every single day, people are going to Google and YouTube and searching for what you have to offer. Just think about it for one moment. Just think about what that actually means. Whenever, I don't know what your business is, but you know what it is. And guess what? Have a little brainstorm. What would they be typing in to Google and YouTube to find my business? And there are people searching for everything. Okay, it's very, very cool stuff. Now, one thing that I think is going to really excite you guys is I want to add a couple extra bonuses. I told John and Tony that I was going to be doing this, and they thought this was an awesome idea, because I just want to go above and beyond to make sure you guys are getting everything that is going to help you succeed with this, okay, and have every chance of making this work in a big, big way. So these extra bonuses are limited, and they're limited to the first 25 people only, and there's a reason for that. I literally physically cannot give this to every single person. The reason is, bonus number one is the recording from Russell Brunson's event. Russell's actually given me permission to give you the recording of that training. You know, the training that I did 2 hours at his event, teaching his $12,000 coaching clients and his staff. I gave some of my best training condensed into 2 hours, so you guys can just turn this on, watch it in 2 hours, and you can just blitz and go away and get rocking, right? And so this is not available anywhere else on the entire internet. You cannot get your hands on this training. The only way to get it so far is to pay $12,000 to be in the room. And you guys aren't going to pay anything near that. In fact, you're going to get it absolutely free. Okay? So you're going to get the recording from that event. Pretty cool stuff, I think. And then the next bonus you're going to get is a weekly Q&A hot seat coaching with me. Okay? This is where I believe that I go above and beyond pretty much everyone else in this industry. Normally people don't want to spend time with their customers. They don't want to spend time with the people that they're helping. How many times have you guys, in fact, go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box, if you've ever bought a training program from someone and you thought, you know what, like they've just disappeared. I've bought a training program from them, I thought they were going to help me, and they've just kind of disappeared and I've never heard from them ever again. Just go ahead and give me a yes in the questions box if you've ever had that experience with any kind of training or any kind of business in the past. Phil says, oh yeah, okay, tons of people saying yes, yes, yes. I thought you probably would have, okay? It's not going to happen with me. When you join today, you actually become a part of a family, okay? I actually spend time with you, believe it or not. So we try and do this weekly. Sometimes, if it's just not possible, then it's bi-weekly, and you still have access to my support desk 24/7, by the way. But weekly, I'll jump out and do a live Q&A coaching session with you guys, right? The 25 people who join today, who can come on board, you can join these coaching calls, and I'll answer all of your questions, okay? Because here's the thing. When you go through a training like this, chances are you are going to have questions. Things are going to come up. You know, you're going to hit hurdles, and you just wish, and I've been in this position. I joined the training, and I just wish, man, I wish I could just ask the question to the guy who's running this training. I just wish I could speak to them personally. Right? It's not that much to ask, is it? Well, you're going to be able to get that with me, okay? We're going to come out once a week. I'm not going to leave until all your questions are answered. I can critique your videos, critique your keywords, take a look at your capture pages, give you my thoughts on that, get my personal help. They're all recorded, so if you miss one, then they're recorded and they're archived in the members area. So I will critique any of your work, any of your pages, videos, answer your questions. You are going to get every single one of your questions answered by me personally. You know, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm going above and beyond with this, and I think you guys will find that super valuable. And I put in a screenshot here from just a comment that came into GoToWebinar one time when I was doing it. Umesh said, thanks for all your help, mate. Really appreciate it. Coaching calls and hot seat alone make the course so worthwhile. So that's what you're going to get access to, okay? So a quick recap, and then we're going to go to some Q&A, because I know you guys have got some questions for me. 7 core modules for the training. Okay, the 7 core study guides, checklists, the Fast Start course, the conversion masterclass, backlink power, launch sniper, the recording from Russell's event, and you're also going to get that weekly Q&A coaching call. Total value of $7,482. If I was to sell this separately, you can get access today by going to tubetrafficmastery.com/labs. If you feel this is right for you, I'd love to have you join. Go to that address, you'll come to a page that looks a little bit like this, gives you a summary of everything that's included again, and then you'll be taken to this page here. We can actually make your purchase on our safe, secure order form, and you're in. You're part of the family. You'll receive an email instantly with login details, how you can access your account, and you can be going, through the training even just later on today. Okay, very, very cool stuff. So feel free to go to that link. We're going to go to some Q&A, but let me just say this. My style of marketing is not to push you to something that you don't feel like you're a good fit for. So you're not going to hear me saying now, you've got to get in and you have to do this. If you want to be successful, you've got to be in. Listen, if you have resonated with me and my training on this webinar today and you feel like this is a good fit, then I would love to have you in the training. If you're going to benefit from this and you feel like this is the strategy that you want to be a part of, and you love the sound of building an email list of almost 100,000 people doing almost 7 figures with simple YouTube videos, then I promise you this is the place to be able to learn that. And if you feel like I'm the right mentor for you and the right coach in this area, then for $497, it's an absolute steal to have my personal time and access to everything I've just given you. So go to that link, get involved. I'd love to have you in the family. And with that, John, Tony, let me hand this back to you guys. How do you want to play this? Should we take some questions or?